Layout update? What's a layout update? That's right, it's time for a layout update. Or sort of. I haven't had a layout update in a while, and I've had a number of viewers ask me, when am I going to start working on a layout again? When am I going to have a layout update? Well, this video here will address those questions. Why have I not had a layout update? Well, besides model railroading, I do have some other hobbies and interests that I do. And most of them are during the summer months. So that's one reason why. Another reason why, since this layout was designed, I've gradually had different desires in which direction I want to take it, and most of that has happened within probably the last year. So I wanted to make some changes to the layout, and I wasn't quite sure how or what I wanted to do there. And also the plan that I have for this has kind of changed, and maybe it'll help if I grab the camera and I kind of just update you guys or give you a another look at the layout, because it's been a while and some of you may be new to the channel. So I'll get behind the camera and talk as I move around the layout and try to explain what I'm getting at here. So hold on a second. This here is a look at the layout when it was first designed, and I'll let you take a quick peek at it. Some things I've already decided to change, but I'll take you on a layout tour. Alright, if you saw on the plan, to give you an idea of the perspective and the location of where we are at, there's the engine house, and that would be leading to the staging tracks. So as we look here, and this is the entranceway to the layout. As we work our way around, I'm okay with all of this. We head into the yard right here. I'm okay with all of that. But as I've started to build this layout, my wants and desires have changed from whenever I originally had the layout designed, and that was done by the track planner, www.thetrackplanner.com. Check him out. And he was gracious enough to design this layout for me, and he did exactly what I wanted. So I have no complaints there. But as you see, in the plan, I had some industries. In here would be the petroleum industry. Then we moved into, on the plan, the cement plant would be in here. Worked our way around, and this would be leading into the coal mine area, which I've decided to change and put the paper mill in this area. So that's something I want to change. What kind of delayed me a little bit on wanting to make or do any more work on the layout was I'm still struggling with how I want that laid out in this area. So once I figure that out, that'll be a step completed. This is where the paper mill was originally going to be. Now I want to put a couple different industries in there. I mentioned in my previous video maybe like a mobile home factory and like a spaghetti sauce factory, pasta sauce factory. And I would eliminate the coal mine altogether. That's an option. And as you see, we work our way around. Those are just buildings sitting there. They're old buildings. That's not where they would go. I just have them sitting around. There's a lot of junk piled up on this yet. This would lead into the plastic pellet facility, and this track would come off and lead into Glacier Gravel, I believe it is. I'm running in a Intermountain SD40-2 that I did some work on. I just stopped it so the sound and everything didn't interfere. But I'm trying to break it in and see if I can get rid of some of the truck gear grinding noise. But anyways, that's for some other time. Now the track planner, he designed the layout exactly how I wanted and what I requested. And things have evolved in my thought process on what I want my layout to be. So now I'm at a predicament where I'm far enough along that I don't want to take a step back. Because if I had to start over for like the third or fourth time, I forget how many it is now, I think I would just be done. At least for a long time. I don't feel like doing that again. And moving forward, there are some things I need to figure out how to change to make me want to work on the layout again. Right now, I don't really have much desire to work on it. I know I won't be happy with it if I go further with the way it is. So I don't want to do that, but I also don't want to take a step back because that'll also just force me to kind of quit, which I don't want to quit either. So what changed? Well, when I first had the track planner design this, I just had a basic concept. Okay, these are the industries I want, and I want a continuous run, and that was it. And I had the name that I wanted. Other than that, I didn't have any sense of direction with the layout. And if there's one thing I can tell you, when you're planning your layout, think of all this ahead of time, everything that I'm about to discuss. Make sure you have a sense of direction with your layout. It will be very beneficial, and you'll be a lot happier with it. Now that I've started to think about things and what I wanted to do with the layout, I kind of now want to incorporate some of the local things and took some of the things that are in this area, and I want to kind of use them ideas for my layout. So now I definitely want it to be a short line with Norfolk Southern trackage rights. So Norfolk Southern wouldn't be the main power that you would see on this. It's the short line. So it would be my Keystone Central Railroad short line. But I do, you know, I'm an NS fan, so I want to run some Norfolk Southern stuff. And with trackage rights or run-through rights, I could do that. And what I would want to do as far as operations is I want to have the normal short line switching operations. It would also interchange with Norfolk Southern, which is kind of prototypical for my area. So I could actually have the interchange happening coming in from the staging tracks, and it would come into the yard, and that's where, you know, the switch out, drop off, pick up, take back, all that could happen. And then the Keystone Central part of it could then take those and distribute across the industries. But I also want to be able to run long trains. So my idea was I want to be able to run like a Norfolk Southern train through here during operations, a long one. Say whether it's a intermodal train or, you know, a coal train. Just basically running through. It's not going to do any switching operations or anything like that. But that would play into the operations. My problem with that is my staging yard is not big enough for a long train. And it's only accessed from one direction. What I want is, it can only has to be a single track, but I want it to be a single staging track that'll handle the long run-through train. And I want it to be accessed from both directions. So it can come on the layout, say during operations. Maybe whoever's running that one would make 2 trips around and then go back in, where, you know, wherever it goes. that would be kind of hard to do when it's only accessed from one direction and my staging tracks are not long enough. I don't have the room to make that long of a staging track. So that is my biggest obstacle right now, and I've been trying to figure out how I could incorporate that into this layout, because that's kind of the direction I want to take this layout now. I had no sense of direction when I had the layout designed. I just knew I wanted to run trains and I wanted these industries, and that was it. I had no backstory, no nothing, and now I do. But the problem is I'm far enough along that I don't want to tear down and redo. And I even thought about trying to incorporate a helix, but the only place I could do the helix would be at my peninsula. And really, I didn't even build the bench work to be able to allow that. So there would be so much tearing down again. I don't want to do that. So that's my layout update. It's not really an update, but it answers your question, why have I not been doing anything with the layout? Well, there it is. I now have a sense of direction for this layout. I just have to figure out how to make it all work. One last thing I want to do is redo some of the wiring on the layout. I took my time with the track work, but I kind of rushed the wiring because I just wanted to run some trains. So by the time I got to the wiring, kind of rushed everything. I want to break everything up into some power districts and install some circuit breakers, like I should have did right from the start. All right, take care.